So, Skip, what's the biggest reasons that the Lions pulled it off last night?
This was as fascinating a football game as I ever tried to figure out. The harder I looked at it, Detroit beat Baltimore every way you can beat Baltimore. They outplayed them in every critical way, and they outcoached them in every critical moment, and they outclutched them in every turning point of the game. And when I'm looking at, you drove it at Baltimore, 98 yards for a touchdown and 96 yards for a touchdown? You're kidding me. You drove it, and I get it that Matabike didn't play and Van Noy didn't play, but still, the Ravens defense got driven on, like driven it down their throat. They gave up 224 yards rushing. I know one was 70 yards that Montgomery got, but still 224 to 85. So here's the turning point, and you obviously mentioned it, and we'll get deeply into it. But so Detroit has 3rd and 5 from its 40-yard line. This is 8:48 left in the game. And Jared Goff made one mistake all night, to me, I don't know if you'll agree, but he broke the pocket and ran straight ahead, and he's not much of a runner, and instead of stopping Cole, like coming to a jump stop and setting his feet, he tried to throw it while he's kind of falling sideways.
Awkward.
And he's got Khalif is just standing out in the flat like, here, we got the first down. Just flip it to him. You could underhand it to him. And he dirtballed it. And I was just shocked by it because I thought, uh-oh, they finally made a mistake. And they punted away. And I immediately tweeted, now Baltimore's going to go win this game. Because it just felt like everything swung. So they get it 1st and 10 at the 20. And I'm thinking, here they go. It's 28-24 Detroit at this point. And it happened again. And it happened to a really good guy, a really class guy with high character, a guy who's really hard on himself, and he stood tall in the locker room and took the fall, took all the blame. He's his harshest critic. He is all the above. But it happened again. And it was such a weird play to me because here's the problem with Derrick Henry now, as we saw in the goal line stand at the end of the first half. He just doesn't hit the hole very hard. And I'm not saying he's tiptoeing. It's just he kind of whispers into the hole. But if you give him a crease and he can unfurl and unleash and unwind a little bit and get going and hit top speed, well, 28 yards for a touchdown will happen. Or like at Buffalo, he went 46 for that touchdown that made it 40-25. And then right after that, what happened? The same thing happened. So this time, he's kind of, easing into the line of scrimmage. And Aiden Hutchinson had rushed upfield because you got to keep Lamar in the pocket. So he's doing his upfield rush, big wide rush. And Derrick kind of eases inside of him and forgets he's back there. And Aiden's not going to quit on a play. He's a try-hard guy. And so he comes 1,000 miles an hour, hammers the ball out. Yep. And you got to have the presence to remember the D end is behind you, and so there's danger coming from behind you, and it just completely takes the air out of the stadium, out of the Ravens, out of their defense, and to me that was the turning point, as well as that goal line stand. Remember, they have it 1st and goal at the 3 at the end of the half, and they go Derrick Henry nowhere, Derrick Henry nowhere, Derrick Henry nowhere. And on 4th down, Lamar tries to roll and look, and he winds up fumbling. They get the ball all the way out at the 20. They're going to have to do something different because they got a stable of backs who are really good. Justice Hill is really good. Ali is good, and that Keaton Mitchell is really. They're going to have to do something else because he cannot establish the run. So last night, Derrick Henry, if you look, he wound up with 12 carries for 50 yards, but one was 28 yards for a touchdown. So he went 11 times for 22 total yards on 11 carries. It's not good enough. You got to get somebody in there who can bang it up and get you 4 or 5 yards a crack. And I don't know, at 31, year 10, I don't know if he's that guy anymore. I don't know if he's a run establisher anymore. I just don't see him hit the hole with any authority on short yardage plays where I say, ooh, that's unstoppable. He doesn't, I know he's 6'2", 250, but he doesn't look unstoppable to me anymore. Wow. And now that he's fumbling in crucial moments, that's his third loss, but it was 2 in the fourth quarter. After he had 2 in his whole career in the fourth quarter, now he's got the demons in his head. So to me, that was the turning point, and Detroit just leaped all over it and took advantage. You want to go?
I agree with you, though, Skip. I don't like how he hitting the hole either. It's at 260, you say 260
or whatever. Yeah.
Hey, you got to score from the one, bro.
You just got to.
You got to just run something over and just turn sideways, close your eyes, and just go.
Yeah.
I think he's too high, or I don't know. I can't tell that man how to run the ball.
Yeah.
But it just don't look physical enough to me.
No.
And I don't think it looked physical enough to Lamar. The faces and grunts and everything he was making last night, he was almost like, bro, why are we calling this?
I know,
what we doing?
If you put the ball in his hands on 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, I'll bet he gets it in the end zone.
Man, I'm like, with that big old O-line, man, put Derrick Henry behind him and push that shit in. Like, what we doing here?
Bingo.
But I think the key to the game for me was the Lions run game, man. Yeah. Hey, if you run the ball that easy, if you got 225 yards rushing, one back with 70, one back with 150, 2 touchdowns apiece, your 150 back average 12 yards a carry. If you put on that kind of display on a Monday night game, that's easy work right there, man. The defense don't got to do much. The offense don't got to do much, man. And that's going to be the key to the game. Any game you come out and run the ball that easy, it's going in with a W. I don't care what the situation, the fumble, the non-fumble.
Yep.
Hey, y'all going to lose this game. And the way Montgomery was seeing them holes last night, they almost just told Gibbs, hey, Gibbs, come on, he cooking, bro. Let Montgomery cook, bro. He was seeing, his vision was on an all-time high last night, and he was cooking, man. So I feel like the 2 new pieces to that line, Ratledge, Montgomery, Ratledge, Mahogany.
Yeah.
I feel like they finding their way now. They finding their way right now, man, and that O-line is coming together right now. So I love how Detroit is running the football right now, man. Hey, easy work, you run the ball that good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the run game for sure, but then also just in the trenches, right? Like, when you start a game, it's about winning in the trenches and going there, have 7 sacks, you're on the road, just dominating them. Like, that's what it's all about. And I think the Lions proved that, like, their style of play, punching you in the mouth, being physical is portable. Like, if you can do that right now, 3rd, 4th game in the season and continue that, they're going to be dangerous, man.
Yeah, I think this game came down to 3 things for me. The first, I agree with both of you, the run game. I mean, that just takes the air out of the stadium. When you're on the road, 224 yards rushing, 6 yards per carry, just over and over. And it wasn't like it was a couple short yardage runs. It was 10 on 1st down, 8 on 1st down, 8 on 1st down, 10 on 2nd down. That is killer for a defense. So they did a good job there. I mean, Zachary Orr and this Ravens defense is in trouble right now. They got to figure some things out. I know they got to get back healthy, but that was tough to watch last night. The second thing, and I think was very important, was you got to give credit in the game ball to Kelvin Shepard, the defensive coordinator for the Lions. He stepped up big time. Yeah. He had a perfect game plan. I know Lamar came out and threw the ball well and had some big plays in the first half, but the turning point in this game, and this is kind of going to your point, was the Ravens come out and they go down and score, right? And it feels like, okay, the Ravens take the lead. This is what they need to do. They're going to explode in the second half. But after that, they go punt, field goal, fumble, which changed the game, and then they go punt again. What does that do for your offense? That allows you to go take a lead. Now they go up by 14, and it changes the entire momentum of the game. He also did a great job with those 7 sacks. It wasn't just because, we called great plays. They were disciplined. I guarantee you that whole week, they overemphasized rush lanes. Hey, Lamar likes to do this. We're going to watch film over and over. We're going to spend a little extra time this week in the film room. He likes to get up and out this way. He likes to break the, contain that way. We're going to be disciplined with our rush lanes, and that paid off big. 7 sacks in that game against Lamar Jackson. That is unbelievable. I don't think that's happened for a long time.
Well, it's the most he's been sacked.
Yeah. And I think the last time was in college against Kentucky. He had 11 sacks or something. But that's impressive for them. And then the final thing, I know he didn't do much, but you got to give credit to Jared Goff and also Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell is the type of head coach you want to play for. You know why? Because as a quarterback, he trusts you. On 4th down in crucial situations, he's going to go for it, and he's going to put the ball in the quarterback's hands. And Jared Goff did a great job of taking advantage of those situations. I know he didn't have to do a ton because the run game was working, but he made some big-time throws to Sam Laporta on 3rd down. He made that great throw to Amon-Ra on 4th down.
Yeah.
He led, a 67-yard drive, 18 plays, 98-yard drive for 11 minutes, and then he led a 96-yard drive and a 70-yard drive to put the game away. And you may think, okay, that's hurting the defense, but who that's really hurting is Lamar Jackson on the sideline.
Yep.
They get out of rhythm, and they struggle. And I've been in games before where you play a run-heavy football team, and you're sitting there, because that's 11 minutes game time, but in reality, you're sitting over there for about 25, 30 minutes.
No doubt.
And Mercedes knows your legs start getting cold.
Yeah.
You lose that rhythm, so that was huge for them. Both teams had their chances in the red zone, but the Lions made the most of it in this game.
So the 4th and 2 play,
Yeah. Perfect.
there's the 2-minute timeout, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what you guys thought, because you knew Dan Campbell. You have to go for it
Yep.
because it's
Yeah.
your culture. It's
Yep.
your motto. It's,
You on the road?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's just who you are. And yet, it was intriguing to me because are you saying to your defense you can't stop them? You can't stop Lamar? Like, is that why you're going to go for it at your own 49-yard line? If you're on the defense, are you saying, damn, like you don't want to punt? You could punt them back to the 10 or 15,
Right.
right? And then defense, take over.
Right. But it's Lamar, though. So if I'm
Okay.
on defense, it's 4th and 2, I'm probably like, bro, man, get that shit, man. Let's
Okay.
go, man.
All right.
Toting it on their ass already, right?
All right.
They probably going to load the box and think it's a run. Action, man, get this shit right now in this game. We get it right now, it's over with. I play defense. I respect that, bro.
Okay.
We playing Lamar. We did this good to this point. I don't want us to go back out there and be the reason why we let Lamar come down and do Lamar things and strike us and tie it up. In this thing right now, don't even give him a shot. And I respect that.
I'm glad you said that, too, because that's exactly what they did, thinking, hey, we're going to load the box and run it.
Exactly.
You see Amon-Ra St. Brown, this is
What?
textbook. Amon-Ra points at Humphrey, because his job on that normally on those power plays is most dangerous man, or that forced defender.
Yeah.
So you see Amon-Ra before he motions and goes, yeah, I got him. Humphrey hears that and thinks, all right, this is a forced block, and then they run play action perfectly. That's why he's looking in the backfield.
If you a student of the game like myself, right?
Yeah.
True.
All 4th, every 3rd down, every
Yeah.
time they inserted that receiver to block, Amon-Ra St. Brown was on the sideline all game. It was Khalif Raymond all game. Now on 4th and 2, St. Brown is in. Now you gonna come insert block on 4th down? Like
Yeah.
Aha.
the lead would have said,
Oh, wait
hell,
a
you
second.
ain't blocking, bro. Let me keep my eyes on this guy. But everybody ain't
Okay,
lead.
so the play,
defensive
he
coordinator
starts in motion, but only goes one big step
Yeah,
in motion.
yeah.
And then that Tesla, who's their 3rd-round rookie, he's like a tight end, but
Yeah.
he can
Yeah.
run. But he blocks down and almost serves as a little bit of shield or camouflage where Marlon Humphrey's not sure, what are you doing? Are you going to block?
Like
and
a
all of a sudden he
natural
comes
rub.
right off his hip. And he comes on Humphrey so fast that he's going to get a step.
Yeah.
And he got a step, and you want to talk about a sweet throw.
Yeah.
But Humphrey had to grab on. He got a
He
flag
did.
on
That's
the
all he
play
had.
too.
Yeah. And that's Johnny Morton, though. I mean, the big question was Ben Johnson left. What are they going to look like? I mean, they had
Johnny Morton had
they had that
plays.
in his
Yeah.
bag. Like,
Oh, he was in his bag.
the
that
reverse
night.
little option to
Crazy
give by
plays,
Amon-Ra.
man.
I mean,
Hey.
but that right there, Skip, that's a great point that you see that is that's what they're trying to disguise. Is all right,
Yeah.
hey, Humphrey's a little bit inside. They got a safety down low. Come down. Just take one big step, move
Just
in.
one
You're
big
not running
step.
a route. I just need you
Yeah.
to block.
Yeah.
And then boom, we fake
Boom.
it and go. But back to your original question, I see that maybe as the opposite. I think Dan Campbell thinks if we don't get it here, even giving them a short field, I still trust our defense right now with how they're playing that they're going to get a stop regardless.
Well, that's what Aiden said to
And that's
Lisa
what I felt
Salters
like.
after the game. Because
Yeah.
she asked him, she didn't use the word offended, but
Yeah.
did you not like it that he said, I'm going for it? Was it any slight on the defense? And Aiden said, no, I took it as a compliment because
Yeah.
he's saying if we miss,
Right.
My
we can
defense is
stop
going to get a
them,
stop.
right?
I agree with that. I think that's what the reason was.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to just the trust, right? And they had already been whooping them up and down the field as far as the run game. And obviously that pass play was, off the run game. So
Yeah, great point.
That's really how you, when you install short yardage and goal
Yeah.
line, we're gonna make things look the same. And it was just the confidence in them to go out there and get it done. And when they were going for it, I had no doubt that they were gonna get
Yeah.
it. Just by the complexion of the game and the tone, it made sense to me.
Yeah, they had so much confidence, and you had told us when you first got on the couch, you had the Lions in the Super Bowl. Then they played the Packers. We were like a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're seeing the Lions again.
Yeah.
They've got some confidence.
Hell
but
yeah.
then on the ladder, we've got the Ravens.